Are you thinking about building a campground? In this video, I'm going to share with you all of the heavy equipment I will be using to maintain our campground, and I'm going to get after it right now. First, my name is Michael Patterson, and my family and I are trying to build a 40-site campground on 113 acres in Sanford, Maine. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to get notified when we post another video. You might think that the first piece of equipment you need to decide on is the skid steer, which in my case was true. But this decision needs to be made based primarily on two criteria. First, the attachments you want to use, and second, the service you can get locally, because I'm not a mechanic. Based on these two criteria, I decided to purchase a Bobcat T770, which isn't to say that the Bobcat makes the best equipment, because I don't think they do. But I'm not going to get into that in this video. My Bobcat service has been excellent. I also purchased a Toolcat and decided to sell it because it isn't a powerful enough machine, and the dump bed on the rear isn't big enough to get any significant amount of work done. The second piece of equipment I had to purchase was the Forester. The Forester is a beast on the T770, but I had to spend additional money to make sure the glass on the door as well as the roof were reinforced in order to protect me from flying or falling objects. Unlike the other attachments I will talk about today, I would not recommend the Bobcat Forester because the T770 was consistently overheating due to poor engineering, which constantly prevented me from getting work done. When it worked, it was a great piece of equipment, and I thinned out the brush in about 70 acres of land with it. Yes, I had the reverse fan kit add-on, and it still overheated after only 1 to 2 hours. I finally discovered a way to get it to run longer. Make a comment down below if you want to learn about what I had to do every day to make sure that it didn't overheat on me. Third is the bucket attachment. It's no surprise that this is the attachment we use the most. I use this for grabbing scoops of gravel to fix the road and for moving snow. Fourth is the grapple. My daughter loves this attachment. Once she figured out that she could grab big loads of brush and logs rather than hauling them by hand, and I like this attachment a lot as well. Fifth is the spade. We use this to replant small trees and bushes on the property to maintain privacy or where we need to replant some trees in order to make it a little bit thicker. The spade is really handy. You have to absolutely make sure that you drop the rear legs in order to stabilize, or you won't be able to push the spade into the ground. So remember that. Six is the auger. I hired a company to put in our fence, but I need to do repairs. And this thing is awesome for digging holes and resetting fence posts and things like that. So have to have an auger if you're going to have a fence. Seventh is the dozer blade. I use this to do rough cutting on the roads that would otherwise destroy the grader attachment that I have. I had to modify the dozer blade with a piece of steel that I explained in one of my other videos. Basically, without that modification, it will cut into the earth too much and make a mess when trying to move compact earth. So the dozer blade is great, but only with that modification. Eighth is the grader, and this grader is the oldest model because I purchased it used. It's good for spreading soft gravel, and I will use it to put in the roads on the campground. My advice is don't use the grader for hard cuts as it can get damaged. Go back and use the dozer blade for rough compact roads and use the grader to grade loose soil, loose gravel, things like that. It does a really nice job. Guys, if you're finding this video informative, please give it a like. I know it's small, but it really helps us a lot. Thanks. Ninth is the forklift. I almost never use it, but it wasn't expensive, but I was told it will come in handy. We'll see. 10th is the stump grinder. I purchased this also used, and it's the older model, so it uses low flow. But for the amount of times I use it, it's fine, and it seems to do a good job, so I'm glad I purchased it. 11th is the Bobcat E50 excavator, which I will use to put in the utilities and to pull stumps and all kinds of things like that. Definitely have to have an excavator if you're going to be doing a lot of the work yourself on a campground. 12th is a heavy-duty trailer that is rated just under 16,000 pounds so that I can haul my equipment to get it fixed and I don't have to have a CDL license. Had to have the trailer, guys, because the T770, I hate to tell you, was breaking down a lot and having all kinds of problems and paying $700–800 sometimes to have it hauled up to the repair shop was just getting too expensive, so I bit the bullet and I bought a trailer. 13th is a Ford F-250 pickup. which I replaced my Toyota Tundra with because it was too small to haul the skid steer and the trailer together. Then of course there's the electric side-by-side, which I've done another video on. And then I also have a couple of chainsaws, which I'm constantly using to cut up trees that have fallen down on my fence or in the road. All in all, I've invested about $300,000 into all this heavy equipment. And of course I keep everything under lock and key. All right, guys, if you want to learn more about what's involved with building a campground, watch this next video.